Hello everybody. Hoping you can give me a quick 5 minutes just to give a quick update on some things. First thing to update upon is the special measures situation. So people will know we've entered into special measures, and I just wanted to let you know that basically the work on special measures for the health board has been split under 8 domains, and I'm just going to show this to you now. Basically, these are the areas of focus. You'll see that some of the domains are very much around effective governance, processes and systems, which is very much about how decisions are made, how we keep a grip on things and all of that as an organisation, rebuilding and strengthening senior leadership teams, etc., etc. Domain 2 is about the workforce and organisational development. So ultimately, stabilising the board and developing a culture change programme, or I think in my mind how we focus on just making our values real, the values we've already got, and taking responsibility and accountability for that. There's a domain on financial governance and management. The way we do finances is not necessarily the best or best practice, and that's been looked at, especially in relation to some of the issues with the accounts being qualified in previous years. So that's 3 of the domains. There's a domain 4, which is about compassionate leadership and culture, making sure the leadership team understand what's going on the ground, and ultimately we are making sure that we've got high quality leadership support that's available across the health board, and it's not detached, which is my opinion of what some of it can be now. There's also domain 5, which is clinical governance, patient experience and safety. So this is all about making sure the way we deliver services is safer, is better, and of a higher quality. Domain 6, operational delivery. This is the key bit of operational aspects that they're going to focus on. One is around planned care. Planned care, I think, is the major priority because of the deficiencies in our planned care programme and the necessity to reduce the backlogs. Obviously, consistency in urgent and emergency care is also very important in terms of that has an impact on planned care, of course, if that's not done right and properly, and also to make sure that instead of the centre just doing stuff, people in Carlton Court coming up with plans for the organisation, we look at effective local operational planning and local and corporate performance management. So linking in those two sort of things, which is key and pretty basic that we need to deliver as an organisation. Domain 7 is about planning and service transformation, and this is where we come in. So as well as how we sort out the annual plan, and in particular sort out decent portfolio management, which is something we're doing in DDAT anyway, we've got our digital data and technology is a critical enabler piece, and we've got the okay to have this included. We didn't to start with, so this is just basically raising the profile to say we need to sort out deficiencies we've got with all our legacy applications, and we're saying there develop tactical and strategic proposal to addressing the issues with applications with an integrated digital care record approach. You saw some of the presentations that Ambu and myself were doing the other week. We need to focus on becoming more data-led, so the intelligence and insight function really needs to start behaving in that way instead of being subservient, really keen to be an equal member, an equal part of the health board leadership team in terms of making sure we're making best use of information and making more data-led decisions and evidence-based decisions. And of course, making sure that based on the funding situation, we can implement our target operating model ambitions to get us to a basic maturity level of Gartner IT score 2 or Gartner IT score 3, which I'll present again at some point to remind people. Great that this is included in the special measures area, because from my perspective, digital data and technology is a key enabler to actually improving the health board's position. It's great actually that we've got some priority in terms of unscheduled care, planned care, and of course domain 8, which is mental health. These are the 3 main areas in theory we should focus on over and above others, and that's what we are going to do. Okay, so moving on from that, yeah, so that's the special measures stuff. Other things to talk about, well, people will remember that we were doing the class usability survey. Well, that survey is now closed, and I'm pleased to say Betsy Cadwallader University Healthward smashed it in terms of the number of survey entries that we got. This is about clinicians filling a usability survey in terms of how usable some of the systems they use are, and that information being benchmarked internationally, but also us getting basically improvement programs and good set of evidence to back some of our bids for funds or whatever into Welsh Government or even the Health Board, really, in terms of where we are with our information and technology. BCU, compared to other health boards and the trusts, basically got miles more filled in than anyone else. That is down to Jason and Jane in particular, who did a smashing job at that. So hats off to them on that. Just talking about Jane, we'd like to highlight the fact that Jane has now graduated from the NHS Digital Academy, and as you can see, there she is in a gown. So hats off to Jane for doing that. Actually managed to go to the Royal Albert Hall in terms of getting graduated, and as you can see there from the pictures, pretty amazing there. So well done, Jane. That's an amazing achievement. Coming back to other things, other achievements, the master patient index problem I talked about in the last video, that's starting to wind down a bit. Just want to say hats off to the team who've been working with that diligently, which includes Kiri in the team there, making sure that, where there are issues with the records, they're identified, and we are making sure that clinicians know about it and the appropriate actions are taken. So hats off to people on that. That is starting to wind down, which is great. To say, linked on to that, there was a bit of concern, of course, because of the MPI issue and the fact that it diverted resources from the WPAS programme, from DHCW in particular. We had to put the WPAS programme date back. Well, the WPAS unification date, the day the Berlin Wall comes down and we unify our PAS systems, is the 23rd of June. It's that weekend, 23rd, 24th, 25th of June. And in theory, it'll be live on the 26th of June. That's the plan. I know that the dress rehearsal went brilliant. We've still got our change freeze, but that's really important to get that done. And it doesn't mean just because we've done that we're done. The hard work starts there in terms of standardizing the data and sorting out some of the issues with patient numbering and all of that type of thing to make sure we're really getting the benefits out of the unified WPAS system. Talk about realising benefits. The Office of the CCIO is a key part of their role going forward in the new operating model, is about realising benefit, is about service redesign, is about change, is about making sure we get those benefits. And obviously we've got 2 new starters to the Office of the CCIO. We've got a job share going on in Wrexham for the MIO position in Wrexham, joining Jason and Jane's team. We've got Neil McAndrew, from respiratory medicine, who is got a long and respected amount of experience in Wrexham, which is going to be a valuable addition. And we've also got that job share going on with David Glover, who's a consultant nephrologist. So great to have those on board in terms of informing where we're going, understanding where we're going, and driving some of that change through and benefits, of course. Another thing, just a quick bit of sadness, and that is to say that the STAR system in Centre, the service tests and results reporting system, has now been decommissioned. I know that Mike Greenhalgh and Ambu and co will be upset about that, but these old systems have to go, and similar to many of the other legacy systems we've got, this is something we should be decommissioning a lot more going forward in future, and hopefully consolidating around the developments of a new integrated patient record system of systems. That's what we're looking to do. So that's the update. Nothing more really to add. I think there's more than enough there. If there's any questions, as usual, please drop me an email. We've still got Teams meetings going in. You can add on to those team meetings so people can come and have a proper conversation and ask questions. Please don't be strangers. It's really important that there's good engagement, there's good feedback, and people asking questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question, remember. Really keen that people understand where we're going and where they fit into that and the importance of that. Thanks for everything that you're doing. You're all doing a good job, and I appreciate the efforts going in, especially on the weekends and that, when I know from an on-call perspective, when there are problems, and there are problems this weekend with the Adastra system again, the amount of people who step up and do the extra mile, it is recognised, and I appreciate that. It makes a big difference in terms of us delivering care on the ground. Thanks very much. See you later.